was coming off to pretty rough deployments and having unbearable anxiety. I still prayed every night, but always the same prayer. Thanks God for giving me the power to live another day. Leading up to my separation from the military, I received a random job offer to work in San Jose. I was excited. It is Silicon Valley, the home of technology. I prayed every night. Thank you, God, for this job and for getting me out of the military. In my mind, getting out of the military would cure my anxiety and depression. It made sense. It caused it, and leaving it would fix it. After 6 months of preparation and paperwork, everything was set for me to separate and move to San Jose. Only 3 weeks before the move, my company called me and told me they wanted me in Denver, Colorado instead. I did not know anything about Colorado but needed the job, so I agreed. I was almost out of the military, so that was all I cared about. I prayed, thank you, God, for getting me away from this thing that makes me want to die. I found a place to live and made the move. The first month was great. I was happy, and my anxiety wasn't there. I prayed every night, thank you, God, for curing me. After that month, slowly, the anxiety and depression came back. Even though I was away from the military, what it did to me was still there. The people I was living with were Red Rocks churchgoers, and they started inviting me along. For the first time, I started learning the teachings of Christ. At this point, I was at the darkest point in my life. I was trying to hide it the best I could, but I was drinking by myself at night. In my mind, if I drank enough, I wouldn't be capable of doing anything to myself. I would just at some point pass out. I would pray in my drunk state, God, thanks for giving me the power to live another day. I was fighting for my life, and I refused to ask God for help. He gave me everything. How could I ask Him for anything? I would ask the people around me for help, but always too ashamed to say how truly bad it was. A friend ended up giving me Sean Johnson's book about anxiety. I read a little bit just so I could tell them I was reading it. I don't like reading. But more importantly, I learned there is a story there I needed to learn more about, even if I didn't want to read a book. The night that changed my life, I was drinking alone as normal. I saw the book as I was grabbing another beer. I decided to look up on YouTube the services when Pastor Johnson was talking about anxiety. I watched and cried for hours and finally started praying, God, please help me, I need you. From there on, I prayed that every night. Slowly, I started to feel less anxious over time. I finally understood I needed God's help, and He never wanted me to do it on my own. Anyone with anxiety knows that it never fully goes away, but now I pray every night. God, make me better than I was yesterday. Give me the strength I need, but thank you for showing me the path.